I acted in the movie, Deep Throat, 1972 for a day, was paid a minimal amount of money.
Was I right, $100?
$100, right.
The movie grossed $9 million, didn't it?
It grossed, I think it's above $25 million worldwide. Okay, 72, acted in the film. In July of 1974, I was arrested by the FBI at my home in New York City, handcuffed, extradited to Memphis, Tennessee, first time across those state lines ever, and eventually stood trial for having conspired to transport interstate obscene materials. At the time I did the film, I signed a contract which relinquished me, standard day player's contract, which is universal in the motion picture industry, relinquishing me of all my artistic rights, marketing, sales, distribution rights, and I might add the interstate transport of a motion picture is the distribution of it. So, what the government was saying, and this was a federal prosecution, the United States government, was saying is that actors are to be held responsible for the distribution of a motion picture, whether they have any control over the distribution or not. And in effect, what they're really saying is that any artist, whether you're an actor or a director or a sculptor or a writer, after you sell your work, just as I had signed a contract and sold my work for certain remuneration, you can be held responsible for its appearance, for where the new owner takes it, whether it's 5 years later and 4,000 miles away under the conspiracy laws, and that's what I was convicted of, conspiracy. The artist can be held responsible for its appearance in a community where it might violate the moral ethic.
Well, why not Linda Lovelace?
Well, as it turned out, Linda Lovelace was granted immunity to appear as a friendly witness for the government. She did not appear in the courtroom. When she was being served her subpoena, she went underground and did not resurface until after the trial was over. It turned out from evidence that came out in the courtroom that she had knowledge of each and every individual in the courtroom, all of the defendants. She had certain business dealings over the years. She had promoted the movie and made personal appearances and had contact and knew of each defendant's activity or role within the conspiracy. So she was a key witness for the government, as was Jerry Damiano, the producer, director, writer, editor, conceiver, the man who really manufactured the thing. He was also a key witness for the government in that he had knowledge of everyone on trial. I stood in a courtroom and was convicted of a crime along with 11 other people who I had never met before in my life.
Of conspiring with them.
Of conspiring with them, right. I think I was being used as an example, to set an example for other actors, other directors, people connected with the production end of a motion picture, to not experiment with sexuality as an avenue of creativity for fear of potential jail. I now face 5 years in jail.